Ever dream of jetting off to Japan for free? Well, today's your lucky day because I'm going to show you exactly how to fly to Japan without spending a single dollar on airfare using Chase mileage points. Earlier this year, we used this exact technique that allowed our family of 5 to fly from Singapore to Tokyo. And stick around to the end because I have another trick that will save you money and give you more time enjoying Japan. Let's dive into what Chase mileage points are and why they're so valuable. These points are accumulated through Chase's lineup of credit cards, and they can be redeemed for flights, hotels, car rentals, activities, and more. Every time you spend with your card, you earn points. Today, we're focusing on flights, specifically how to fly to Japan with points. Having a clear strategy for earning and redeeming these points will help you make your travel dreams a reality. So how do you amass these magical points? It all starts with getting the Chase Sapphire Preferred Credit Card. I think it's the best card for anyone getting started in the points game and has been in our wallets for years. Right now, for a limited time only, Chase has increased their sign-up bonus from 60,000 to 75,000 points. In order to qualify for this bonus, you must spend $4,000 on your card within the first 3 months. Remember, this is a limited time only bonus of 75,000 that will end very soon. So if you are seeing 60,000, that is still a pretty good bonus, and this card is still well worth it. There are 3 important rules for accumulating points. 1, only get this card if you can pay off your balance each and every month. Never carry a balance on your card. If you carry a balance on your card, you will pay hefty interest rates that will ultimately negate any benefit of earning these points. 2, use your card as much as possible for everyday purchases, groceries, eating out, ordering dinner, even your monthly bills such as internet and subscriptions including Netflix, YouTube Premium, and more. 3, maximize the bonus categories. There are a few of them. If you purchase through Chase Travel, you will earn 5 times points, and you will earn 3 times points whenever you dine out or even order out. 3 times points at grocery stores, but there are some restrictions here such as at Target and Walmart. And 2 times points for travel purchases. All other purchases will earn you 1 point per dollar that you spend. When you earn your bonus of 75,000 points, you will have over 79,000 points because you need to spend at least $4,000 in the first 3 months. But if you take advantage of the bonus categories, you will have a lot more. For now, let's assume you have 79,000 points so we can do our calculations later to book award travel. Other Chase Sapphire Preferred Card benefits. First, you can transfer one-to-one with many partners such as United Mileage Plus, Singapore KrisFlyer, as well as hotel partners including Hyatt, IHG, and Marriott Bonvoy. There's no foreign transaction fees, which is perfect for traveling abroad. And there's a $50 annual hotel credit for booking hotels through Chase Travel. There is a variety of travel coverage including baggage delay and primary rental car insurance, trip cancellation, interruption insurance, and so on. So please read the guided benefits for all the details. But note, while the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card has a ton of perks, this card is not free. It has an annual fee of $95. If you take advantage of the hotel credit, the cost reduces to $45. And as long as you're earning and redeeming your points, it is well worth the cost. With Chase mileage points, not only can you fly for free, but you can also enhance your entire trip experience. If you have a business, you might also want to consider the Chase Inc. Preferred, which currently has a 100,000 point bonus after spending 8,000 in the first 3 months. Having a combination of the Chase Inc. Preferred with the Chase Sapphire Preferred will quickly get you close to 200,000 points. Referral links to both of these cards are in the description. Now, let's redeem our points. The Chase Ultimate Rewards portal is where the magic happens because you can easily redeem your points directly for flights, or sometimes better, transfer them to airline partners where they have better deals. So it's always a good idea to check with Chase's travel partners to see if they are offering a better deal. Now, let's go through an example of booking a flight from Los Angeles to Tokyo. What I like about Chase Travel is they have a ton of airlines and availability. This is especially helpful when it's hard to find an award booking on partner airlines. Including right now, with summer coming up, we're in high season and there's not going to be much availability. Also, with your Chase Sapphire Preferred, you earn 25% more when booking through Chase Travel Portal. So if you have 75,000 points, it's worth at least $937 when booked through Chase Travel. Now, as a general rule of thumb, never spend your points if you are not getting at least a value of 1 cent per mile. By using your Chase Sapphire Preferred in the Chase Travel Portal, you will get 1.25 cents per point. But it's common to transfer to travel partners and get a much higher rate. We're not going to go into that here since we want to focus on simplicity and we want to be sure we can use our points to get a free flight. Log into your Chase account and click on Travel on the right side. And that's going to take me to the Chase Travel portal. And I'm going to go ahead and click on Flights. And round trip, I'm going to do economy just for one person. And I'm going to choose Los Angeles, and then I'm going to enter Tokyo. For the departure, I am going to choose September 3rd to the 17th. And let's go ahead and search. All right, as you can see, the first thing that shows up is Philippine Airlines, but if we scroll down, you can see there are a lot of other airlines such as Cathay Pacific, United, we can see Starlux, Air Canada. There are just a lot of options here. So this is one of the things that makes the Chase portal so great is that you can choose from a variety of airlines. You're not going to be able to find this if you just go directly to a travel partner. All right, now with Philippine Airlines, the cost is $897. If we click on that, you can see down here on the bottom that the cost is either $897 or 71,720 points. This is already pretty good. However, if we look up here, we can see that it's going to take 21 hours and 20 minutes. That means that it has a layover. So we don't want to do that. Instead, let's come over here and let's switch from lowest to shortest distance. Now you can see that we have Japan Airlines first. It takes 11 hours and 5 minutes, which is like half the time. If you look a little bit farther down, we can see in LAX to Haneda. Now for us, we always choose to fly into Haneda. If you fly into Narita, it's gonna be over an hour for you to get into Tokyo. Haneda is already in Tokyo, so it's gonna be more like a half an hour time. And it's gonna leave at 2 p.m. and arrive at 5:25 p.m. Perfect. So if I go ahead and click on economy, down here in the corner now you can see it's 78,360. That is pretty good. If we scroll down a little bit more, you can see that you could choose American Airlines, which is going to cost a little bit more, 98,400 points. Even farther south, we see an option for United Airlines. So let me go ahead and show you an option with United Airlines, just so we can go over to a travel partner and compare the price over there. Okay, so let's choose this 11:10 to 2:40 p.m. Choose flight down here on the bottom, and now we have to choose our return flight. I already checked this ahead of time, and I know that not all these flights are available. So I'm going to come down here and choose one that I know is available. This 6:25 p.m. to 12:40 p.m. But notice it will be returned from Haneda. So still out of Tokyo, just a different flight. And as you can see here, it's going to cost 74,136 points or $927. All right, we're on the United site now, and we have the same exact query from September 3rd to the 17th. The flight from LAX to Narita is 43,600 miles plus $5.60. We're going to select that, and then we need to choose our return flight, and we're going to choose this first one from Haneda to LAX, which is the same one that we selected from the Chase Travel Portal, and you can see that it is less miles at 36,900 miles plus an extra $43.20. So if we add these two up together, we will get 80,500 miles. That is definitely more than the 74,136 points that we would have to spend using the Chase Travel Portal. Plus, we wouldn't have to pay any additional fees. Based on this information, we will definitely book directly through the Chase Travel Portal. So all we need to do now is click on Add Trip, and it's going to ask you to verify the information, make sure everything is correct, and if you're happy with that, you can go ahead and click Enter Travel Information. Now, let's briefly go over transferring your points to a travel partner. If you had actually found a better deal on a partner site such as United, then you can transfer your points directly to Mileage Plus. Just be sure you have found a flight that is available, because once you transfer your points to a travel partner, you cannot transfer them back to Chase. Here's where you transfer your points. From the Chase account page, click on Rewards. Then under the Travel, select Transfer Points to Partners. Here you can see a list of all Chase Travel partners. When you transfer to these partners, they transfer at a 1-to-1 ratio. But sometimes there's transfer bonuses. As you can see here, there are currently two, Marriott Bonvoy and Virgin Atlantic. This 30% bonus for Virgin is very good. If you transfer, say, 10,000 points, you will get a bonus of 3,000 points for a total of 13,000 points just for transferring your points to Virgin. Most transfers happen pretty quickly, sometimes instantly, or usually within a day. But to be safe, when you make your initial first transfer, only transfer a small amount like 1,000 points. Then check to see how long it takes. You don't want to transfer all your points only to find out that it takes a week for them to show up in your partner account. If you end up waiting a week, the award you were hoping to book could be gone. And remember, you cannot transfer your points back to Chase. I'm glad you made it this far. Now I want to show you another option to get you thinking about your travel itinerary. Most travelers fly round trip into and out of the same city. Since so many of you are visiting Kyoto and Osaka, why not just fly home from Osaka? Let's go through that process now on Chase Travel. We're going to change this for round trip to multi-city. Everything else will leave the same. We are going to go from Los Angeles to Tokyo, and then we're going to change this. We're not going to return from Tokyo. Instead, we're going to go from Osaka. We're going to choose all airports since there are 2 airports in Osaka, which is Itami and Kansai. And then we're going to go back to Los Angeles. I'm going to click search. And here it gave me a pretty good option to start with. You can see right here, this first one, $985. But as you can see, it's going from LAX to Narita. Our preference again is to fly into Haneda. So I'm going to scroll down here and see if that's an option. And it is right over here. The price is the same. And here you can see LAX to Haneda, it's only an 11-hour and 15-minute flight, the same. And then we can return from ITM, Itami Airport in Osaka to LAX on the 17th of September. And if we look down here on the bottom, we can see that the points is 78,728. So for only 4,500 points more, you can fly home from Osaka. This can be a huge time and money saver as you don't need to return to Tokyo. This means you don't need to buy another flight or train ticket from Osaka back to Tokyo. Instead, you can spend another day in Osaka or Kyoto. Now you know a simple way to earn points and fly to Japan for free using Chase mileage points. Just remember, this is one simple example. There are many advanced techniques that can sometimes help you get a lot more value out of your points by transferring your points to travel partners. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you have any questions, we're here to help. Our link to the Chase Sapphire Preferred will be in the description. We are a long-term traveling family. We share a ton of information about traveling to Japan. Next, watch our other video on travel money tips for Japan. We cover payment options accepted in Japan and how to avoid costly fees. Thanks for watching.